By all reports, there is panic at the White House because the Epstein files are about to be released to the House Oversight Committee. We have Trump tacoing on Portland as the reports of attacks on the ICE facilities there. Strictly a peaceful protest. There are pictures to prove it. People in Portland are posting pictures of this. I've been to Portland many times myself. Not exactly a place where you are likely to get attacked. And we do have a pandemic in this country now, worse than COVID. But let's start with this. Marjorie Taylor Greene has woken up from her stupor and has figured out that there is something bigger than what the Trump regime wants to portray, and that is this Epstein issue. It is the fact that all these young girls, why we haven't gone through this before now, I don't know, but we're about to get through this. We now have the 218 votes needed to force a release of the Epstein files, and that is why the White House is panicking. That is why they want the government to be shut down, and that is why Trump is allegedly saying that he wants to have those Epstein files become classified documents, even though you can't legitimately do that, because he's just extremely terrified. Now, I don't know. I assume he's in them. We know they were friends for a long time. I'm pretty sure he was involved in trafficking the young girls. Was he at Epstein Island? I don't know. We do know that his advisor, Steve Bannon, was there. We do now know that Peter Thiel was there. We know that Prince Andrew was there. Democrats have started to get some of those flight documents, and they're posting them online. The names are coming out, and more are about to. That's why Trump is desperate to have the government shut down, because if they're shut down, they can't do the business of the people. Now, the one thing that's worse than COVID-19 was bad, shut down the entire country, kids out of school, the whole thing. There's something worse, and it's MAGA. And the thing is, I think people are starting to realize that. And I'm not talking about Republicans. I'm not even really talking about Trump. Yes, he's a sociopath, and he's a narcissist, and he seems to have slipped into dementia. But that's all Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller tells him, and then he goes and says hateful things. So what's really going on is we have extremely bad economic policies being made. We have the worst, least qualified people in cabinet positions. Did you ever know who the head of the FBI was? Was that on the news every day? Did you ever know who the head of Homeland Security, the head of Health and Human Services? Those guys are on TV all the time now. They're becoming household names because they are epically bad at their jobs, because they are unqualified. We have Pete Hegseth, a failed Fox News host, weekend host, alcoholic, who thinks he's going to tell the top military advisors probably in the entire world, certainly the best and brightest of the United States, how to have a warrior mentality. I'm sorry. Is this Monty Python? What is this Saturday Night Live? What are we doing? But I can't help but wonder, people don't vote in this country. Most people did not vote for Donald Trump. A lot of people voted for Kamala Harris. That part of the election was very close. A lot of people voted for third parties, and a lot of people did not vote. What does it take to get people to vote responsibly? Farmers who voted for Trump now begging for a handout for socialism because his policies, which were easily read in Project 2025 a year and a half before the election even happened, are killing them. Of course they are. He doesn't want to send aid to foreign countries. USAID is sent aid in the form of food to other countries. Oh, we don't want to help poor people in other countries. Well, then you're going to have to help poor farmers because they won't have any money. He's putting ill-advised tariffs on places like China that normally buy an amazing amount of soybeans from our farmers. Now those soybeans they're not even being picked because we're deporting the workers. So what does it take? Do we have to have the ultimate consequences? Do we have to have a Great Depression to get people to wake up and understand there are things, major things at stake when there's an election in your district, in your city, in your state, and certainly federally? It does make a difference who you vote for. Maybe you don't like both candidates. I wasn't crazy about Kamala Harris. I easily voted for her because I knew what the other choice was. We have to start showing up. We have to start taking responsibility for educating ourselves. It is historically easy to do it. There are many, many podcasts. If you'd like to have some recommendations, I'll send you some. I'll send a question in the comments. I answer every comment that goes into these videos. We have to wake up because otherwise the consequences that are coming are really going to hurt. and we'll have no one to blame but ourselves. Let's get inoculated against this MAGA disease, and the inoculation, the vaccine, is information. I'm sharing it here. You should share it too. My name's Bill. I'm a college professor in Dallas, Texas. Thanks so much for watching.